Yeah, I don't doubt that there's some women out there that was raised to be wives. I just said I never met one. So until I meet one, then I'm going to have my skepticism that they even exist. But I can err on the side of caution that they exist. I'm not going to fight until they don't exist. But come on, man. I'm 42 years old. I'm in this space that I'm in. I talk to women on a regular basis.
No, I
Women
get
are
it.
not
I get
being
it.
taught to be wives
But then check this out. What I say is this: most women
for
who I
girls.
meet in these spaces and are willing to be on these spaces are very different than women I would interact with in real life.
Not for me. I listen. Bro. I'm in so many circles. I go so many places. Women are women. Women are career focused. That's how you know they weren't trained to be wives. The average
No,
woman,
yeah, I
the
get that.
overwhelming, women in general, I would say about 70+% of women for sure are extremely career focused. The other 30%, you got some women that may just have jobs or not. They don't really have much direction or whatever. In there, you may find some women, maybe 1% total or a tenth of a percent that may have been raised to be wives. But you cannot raise your daughters to be wives when you make them college focused. It's impossible. Those two things don't exist coexist. They compete
I
against
would,
each
I
other.
would, I would definitely disagree with that.
Okay.
I would definitely disagree with it because
Okay.
I've seen it. I've seen it work in a lot of scenarios where
I
people.
didn't say it
I mean,
can't
there's a
work.
certain understanding you have, right, and a certain respect that you have to be willing to give, and it's not easy to do. But there are plenty of women. I think it's a frame of mind. I don't think that your career is going to determine whether you can cater to your husband and make sure that you are on his program and submitting to him. I don't
No,
think it takes
no.
away from that.
No, you got to keep in mind servitude, right? If you have a career, and most women's careers are not 40 hours a week, it's 50 plus hours, and they have to be professional. So it takes time to get ready for work. They can't just jump out the bed and just go to work as is. So these women are investing probably at a minimum 60 hours a week onto their job. When me and my lady met, she was working 70 hours a week on her job.
All right. So it's 36.6 hours of the average woman's work week. That's the average. There's some more, some less, but that's the median. You got
Not
thirty
women with
six point six.
careers. Not women with careers.
Does every woman have a career? We're just going by the average woman, right? Or
But I'm
how are we
talking about the
sticking? Are
women
we?
who are pushed to college. That's why we talking about the women. You're saying that you believe. I'm telling you, when women are pushed to college, there's no way you trained a girl who you pushed to college to be a wife. There's no way she was raised to be a wife.
I would say it would absolutely depend on your degree, and again, certainly your frame of mind, right? And there's always that thing called balance that I love to talk about. If there's just like how we're expected to have a life, work, homework balance, they're expected to also. And the women who understand family as a duty first will understand that. That's why you see a lot of women who will take the sacrifice and have their children early and put their career to the side. It doesn't happen on a lot of them. And again, I
But
don't
ring
think
by
enough of them
spring
do
is
it.
a college term. That's a term for women in college. The ring by spring thing, where they're actively going to college to find their husbands.
Yeah, but black girls are okay. Let's just keep it real. So black girls are not taught to go to college to find their husbands. That's not a thing in the black community.
True
Y'all
that.
know it's not a thing.
Because most of us are raised in single parent homes. So
So
surely
so so
they
so,
haven't seen the example that they haven't
so,
had, the
gentlemen,
man to instill what they needed to into them. So we get that part.
yeah, so gentlemen,
There's no denying that.
we're talking about black families though. We're not talking about non-black people, right? Or are we talking about non-black people?
I didn't know we were, but if that's
No, no,
what
I'm
we
just
want to
saying. But
talk
when we
about, we
had these
can.
conversations, we're not talking about other ethnicities. We're talking about ours, right?
No, we talking about
I speak in
all.
generalities, but
Yeah.
if you
We
want
are
to talk
speaking
about
in
black people, I'm
generalities,
willing
but I'm
to.
Yeah.
saying,
Yeah.
are we talking about Indians and Asians and whites? We're talking about all these different people right now.
I think we're just talking about Americans, period.
See, that's where I mean, I could accept that we're talking about. Everybody.
No, we gotta concede the point, bro. Like we can't make that point. That's bad faith argument. Like in the black community, the average girl that goes to college, if she does have a father, is telling her to be able to be self-sufficient because she may not be able to depend on the man. We got to be honest in the conversation.
Well,
That's what I'm saying. When we talk up here, gentlemen, we gotta talk like men, and we gotta be honest. Because if we're not honest and we try to just sound good, and I'm not saying that's what you brothers are doing, but I'm saying that we just trying to sound good and say things that's socially acceptable, bro, ain't nothing gonna change. I'm sitting here
we're
telling
not
you.
trying to sound good.
At that point, that would mean that you're under the impression that everyone on the panel is being disingenuous. I would
I am
most
to
of
some
these
degree.
brothers
I am to some degree.
more credit than that. I would give
No,
them
no,
more
no. I'm
credit than
giving
that.
y'all credit, right? That's why I'm prefacing it, but I'm not saying that's what y'all are doing. But I
No, when I speak on these, unless I specifically say black or whatever,
that's
I
fair.
speak in
That's fair.
general on all races. Now, if you
I get
ask
it,
me a
but
question, if you frame a question like, do single mother households send their black daughters out to go be wives by spring, then I can answer to that.
okay,
But
but let's use that example real quick. Do we really know any single mother households in the Indian or Asian community?
It's far less.
No, do we
I
know
do.
any? I've
I
never.
do.
Okay,
I do.
okay. Do you know one, Trev?
Of what community? Asian, yeah.
Indian and Asian.
Not Indian, but Asian.
I don't.
You know a
there's
single mother
a
household in
single-
the Asian community?
there's a single mother
Yeah.
household. There's a couple of single mother households in this division, but I do not know what their race is.
Wait,
But it's
I'm
not
going to
black.
ask you, Trev. The Asian girl that's a single mother, does she have a baby with a black man?
No.
Okay. What nationality does she have a baby with?
the Asian one that I know
Listen,
had a baby with a black.
What nationality does she have
That's
a
a
baby with?
damn
it
shame,
look-
Will. It sounds like you're
looks
trying to castrate
Asian
your
to me,
old
bro.
people.
Huh? Well, first of all, we at the bottom. So I mean, are we trying to paint a picture like we ain't?
Who was at the bottom?
We black people.
Okay.
Well, hold on. Where we ranked then? If we ain't at the bottom,
What are we talking about? What are we
Yeah,
ranking?
using which metric? And marriage rate?
What metric are we not at the bottom?
Black men aren't at the lowest totem pole.
No, black people, not black men. Black people as a whole. What metric are we not at the bottom?
Sports and entertainment. Good night.
What metric, gentlemen, are we not at the bottom?
Attraction levels, sports.
Come on, Mike. Come on, man. Stop playing.
What about our kids?
Trev and Bruiser want to say that I'm castrating our people. What level?
I never said that. I just said what specific metric are we talking about? Because we don't know what you're
named
pertaining
the
to. I
metric
think it
that
makes
we're not
sense.
at the bottom, Trev.
Well, Marcus just named a few. So what I'm asking is specifically, you had something in mind, right? That's what he mentioned. You had something specific in mind. So
if you step on our Jordans, we're at the top for whooping your ass if you do.